Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Islamic Pakistan. This is Heather Mehdi, and this is the Voice of Free Pakistan. This is our weekly Sunday program in English with Dr. Zafar Bangash. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Zafar Bangash, and welcome to the program, sir.
Walaikum salam, Heather, and my salams to your viewers and listeners as well. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much, sir. Very kind of you, sir. Well, one of the reasons we've started this weekly program is to kind of highlight the weekly developments both within the region and in Pakistan, so that our English-speaking youths, especially from Pakistan living overseas, can understand what's going on in Pakistan. Dr. Buggy, the three key things that I think we could discuss today is one's clearly the Iran-Pakistan events that took place of a strike and counter-strike. That is one. The second is the latest developments in the cases against former Prime Minister Imran Khan, in which he was indicted in a case of misrepresenting the value of goods from the National Treasury, which is called Toshakhana in local jargon. And the second was the case against him against the Official Secrets Act for the cipher that was received by the Foreign Office of Pakistan sent by its ambassador, in which they implied that the U.S. Undersecretary Donald Lu had told the Pakistani ambassador that if Imran was not removed in a vote of no confidence, then things would be really very difficult for Pakistan. But if he was removed, then all would be good. In both the cases, significant developments have taken place, and I'd like to have you. And the third really is there a change of heart in the American administration towards Pakistan? So first, towards the Iran and Pakistan issue, what have you assessed so far now that it's about 4 or 5 days old, sir?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First of all, I'm absolutely certain that Iran does not want to have conflict with any Muslim country. This I can assure you. I've heard a number of times from a number of Iranian officials, including their foreign ministers and other officials directly. So Iran's position is very clear. There's fundamental policies that they want to maintain friendly relations with Muslim countries. In terms of what Iran did on January 16th night against Jaish al-Adl, Iran actually, or their intelligence agency, were able to establish a clear link between Jaish al-Adl and another terrorist group, ISIS or Daesh, and their involvement in the horrific attack in Kerman on January the 3rd, when people were moving or marching towards the grave of their late commander, General Qasim Soleimani. And that was his death anniversary, and there about 84 to 90 people were killed in these twin suicide bombings, and about 150, 200 people were injured. And in fact, the Iranian government, in fact, their representative was sent to Islamabad, Komi, who's in fact Iran's foreign ministry contact person for Afghanistan. He was sent to Islamabad to communicate this information to the Pakistani government and say that they have to take action against Jaish al-Adl because this is what has happened, and they talk to Pakistan. Of course, Pakistan didn't do anything about it, but at the same time, Iran learned that this group was about to carry out attack within 30 minutes or so. And it was that 30-minute window in which the local commanders decided that instead of allowing Jaish al-Adl to carry out an attack, we must attack first. And that's what happened. And that's why Iran's government continuously said that, Pakistan is our brotherly country. We did not, kill any Pakistanis. We do not wish to kill any Pakistanis. We want to have friendly relations, etc. And so with the tit for tat, Pakistan also retaliated through its air force, etc. And Iran did not take this matter any further. What I do want to point out is, however, that there is a fundamental difference of approach in the policies of the two countries when it comes to the United States. Iran wants to flush the US out of the region. Pakistan wants to bring it in. And I see this as a point of friction that is likely to continue to create some tension between the two countries. But hopefully, the governments of the two countries, and as far as we can figure out from the statements that have come out, that they do not wish to escalate these things and they will take joint action against these terrorist groups. So I think if they carry this through, that would be a good idea and a good decision, because this would reduce the possibility of such mishaps again.
Thank you. Uh, Dr. Bangash, there is a emerging cacophony of voices which say that the Iranian state has two entities. One is the overt state that we see, the parliament, the army, the judiciary, and the other is the covert state, which is like the IRGC, the Islamic Republican Guards Council, or the Pastaran, the Basij, these people who report directly into the Rahbar, Ayatollah
Khamenei.
Khamenei, and have their own army, have their own air force, have their own navy. And this attack was actually initiated, instigated, and ordered by the IRGC, in which the Iranian formal state did not or was not involved. How far is this true?
Well, I don't think that this assessment is correct, because Iran's decisions are made in the National Security Council. And in the National Security Council, the Rahbar, Imam Sayyid Ali Khamenei is representative, IRGC, the Foreign Ministry, Intelligence Agency, Interior Ministry, they are all in that council and they make collective decisions. So no group or no organ of the state makes a decision on its own. I think what had happened was that perhaps at the larger level, it had already been decided that we need to take on Jaish al-Adl, because they are carrying out many terrorist attacks inside Iran. And this Kirman attack was basically, as they say, the straw that broke the camel's back. And so while they were expecting that Pakistan would do something about it, when Pakistan didn't, and when their intelligence agencies found out that they were about to carry out another attack against Iran, that is when they took the decision, because I think probably they had already given authorization to their local commanders that they should take that action without having to go through the chain of command all the way to the top, because that would be disastrous for Iran. So I do not actually subscribe to this view that the Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps took a decision on their own without sort of the complete coordination between different organs of state.
Good, thank you. So we got some clarity on that. So did you in your assessment put into account that there could have been a much more violent response from Pakistan than there was, and it could have led to a significant escalation of conflict and tension within the region and between the two countries?
My assessment is that since Iran's foreign minister said in an interview that they had notified Pakistan ahead of time that they were going to take this action. Of course, it was not within those 30-minute period; it was earlier, and I believe that perhaps Pakistan had also notified Iran that they would retaliate, because they cannot allow this to go without any reaction. And what they are going to do, so Iran perhaps accepted that and said, we will leave it at that, and we need to have a dialogue so that we can contain this menace together.
This has probably been the fastest de-escalation in the history of mankind, I must admit, Dr. Bangash, that the two opposing forces, one nuclear armed, one a regional power, attack each other's territory, and then the third or the fourth day, they're kissing and hugging. And we're glad it ended that way, and it has not given an opportunity to countries like the US and Israel and India to exploit this. So, coming to the more domestic area of Pakistan, there been a significant development in Imran Khan's cases, in which, uh, in the Toshakhana National Treasury case, in which he's been charged for misrepresenting the value of goods that he bought from the National Treasury, has been completely destroyed, as it seems, by the uh, prosecution witnesses cross-examination by Imran Khan's lawyer, in which he turns out to be some part-time employee of some really dingy type of uh, jewelry shop in Dera, Dubai, has no expertise in that area, did not actually see the evidence, was given a photograph. What do you make of that destruction of this evidence against PM Imran Khan?
Well, I think it's a very important development because it sheds light on the fact that how flimsy the case against Imran Khan was in this Toshakhana, as it is called, case. As you mentioned, that some uh, 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 pathetic little sort of shop in Dera, Dubai, sees a photograph, and this man who's of Indian origin, he makes an assessment. I mean, how on earth can somebody make an assessment of any jewelry or any other item by looking at a photograph? And secondly, that this man actually inflated the value of the goods that were shown to him by 3 times. And so I'm glad that Imran Khan's lawyers were able to expose this and demolish the entire case against Imran Khan as far as the Toshakhana case is concerned. But it's another matter. I don't know how the courts are going to respond, or the NAP prosecution, etc., because there is a witch hunt against Imran Khan. And my information is, from what I've read, that the Americans have told the Pakistan army that they want to see Imran Khan locked up in jail so that he doesn't come out, because obviously they don't like Imran Khan because of his independent policy approach, etc. So although this particular case may be demolished, but as we know, there are about 180 cases against Imran Khan. So they'll bring up something else, some nonsensical allegation against him, and continue this nonsense.
You're absolutely right. This case was actually amongst one of the few cases that they thought they could indict him, and because the National Accountability Bureau is this, and they are saying that the National Accountability Bureau conviction could actually result in a 10-year disqualification of somebody. So they were hoping that this would stand. It's really interesting that this person who was brought in as a star witness by the government of Pakistan, and really when I say government of Pakistan, I mean Asim Munir, the illegal, unconstitutional Pakistan army chief, uh, had actually received no authorization from any government authority in Pakistan to carry out this assessment. There is no paper trail, there is no documentation which authorizes this gentleman to do this assessment and then bring it to court. So, really interesting. The other, I think, that really the bigger one is the Cipher trial, in which, as we all know, there is a clear direction by the Undersecretary of the Department of State, Don Lu, telling the Pakistani ambassador that Imran must be removed under a vote of no confidence, and if he isn't, then there's going to be trouble for Pakistan. But if he is, then Pakistan, everything is going to be hunky dory. And the next day, the vote of no confidence is tabled and Imran is ousted. So this is really interesting. I mean, the process is started. Uh, the person who was their star witness was Imran's special secretary, the principal secretary to the Prime Minister, Azam Khan, who earlier in August had given a written statement in which he had given very damning evidence against the former Prime Minister and the Cipher case. But 3 days ago in the court, he says, I don't know anything. All I know is that he waved a piece of paper. I don't know whether it was a cipher. And he completely goes back on his own testimony, which was not given under oath. And the judge makes that mention. But he gives this testimony in court under oath. So this also demolishes the charge against Imran that he actually leaked an official secret by disclosing the contents of the cipher to the public. What is going on here, sir?
Well, you see, the earlier statement that was attributed to Azam Khan, as you mentioned, was not given under oath. He was taken away, disappeared, etc. And it is absolutely certain that he was coerced. If he made that statement, then he was definitely coerced by the ISI to make that statement under threats, etc. Now that he came out in court and he made that the statements under oath, he has given out the truth and said that, that is the situation. But I think we also need to keep in mind that whatever Imran Khan said regarding the contents of that cipher, the former army chief Bajwa actually acted upon it. I mean, that's an established fact by overthrowing Imran Khan's government. And so, if what Imran Khan said was a secret, that state secret that he had leaked, he hadn't. He simply said that this is what has happened, and this was what Donald Lu had said. And Donald Lu has, incidentally, the United States government has not denied this, that this is what had transpired. They've simply said that, we have interaction with envoys of other countries, and we discuss various issues.
And we do not comment on individual private conversations between
exactly. So
Yes.
that means that they simply could not deny the fact that this is what had transpired. And I think if we also take into account that Donald Lu had been really grilled in Congress when he gave his testimony prior to his meeting with the Pakistani ambassador, then it clearly indicates that, and that was in the context of Imran Khan having gone to Moscow for a meeting with the Russian president. And the second day, while he was there, the Russian attack on Ukraine occurred. And it was in that context that Donald Lu was grilled in Congress. And he was told that, the State Department really needs to put its act together. And so Donald Lu now was under pressure from Congress that he has to do something.
To perform.
To perform, exactly. And so that's exactly what took place.
Sir, last question, and before we close this session, there's been an article published in the Atlantic Council about, and I'm paraphrasing a few lines from it. It says that the American administration, State Department administration, decided to keep the Pakistan army at arm's length. These are the exact words, at arm's length. And this message was delivered in no uncertain terms to Asim Munir, the Pakistan army chief, when he visited the US a month or so ago. Do you think there's been a change in the American administration's policy towards the Pakistan army and Pakistan?
I doubt it very much, because you see, the American policy has always been to operate through the Pakistan army, even if the federal government in Pakistan is not in agreement with that policy. I mean, this is consistent all the way through. So I do not really buy into it. What is possible, and I think we can probably surmise from Asim Munir's visit, that he was not given a red carpet treatment. I mean, he was sort of basically, when they assessed him, that the man is not particularly bright, that he's a deceiver. And there's a general, understanding within the U.S. establishment and the Pentagon, etc., that the Pakistan army cannot be trusted. They are deceivers, they are dishonest, etc. This is a sort of attitude that they maintain. So perhaps they felt that this man, that is now the army chief, may not necessarily be able to carry out all of the orders that the Americans give them. They may, do all kinds of other dirty tricks, etc., as happened throughout the, Afghan war, when the Taliban were fighting against the Americans, etc. I mean, Pakistan was, the army was playing a double game over there. But I think we cannot accept the point that the US would keep the Pakistan army at arm's length. In fact, my information is that they have told Asim Munir, was he visited the US in December, that they should keep Imran Khan in prison. They don't want him out, because he's a man who wants to take Pakistan on an independent foreign policy approach, and in fact even internal policy, and therefore they will continue to work with the Pakistan army, but I think probably on a tight leash. They wouldn't sort of shower billions of dollars on Pakistan. They will continue to manipulate the Pakistan army by giving them dribs and drabs through the IMF, etc.
Interesting you say that. Clearly, if I was the American administration, and I don't trust Asim Munir, I would really be looking for another horse. So maybe they're looking for another person to bring in. How they do that, is that possible? We will discuss at another time. But thank you very much, Dr. Zafar Bang. It's very kind of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all those people who are fighting for a free democratic Pakistan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the departed souls of all those who have given their lives in this effort for a free democratic Pakistan. And may all those who are under who are in jail, who are being tortured, especially Imran Khan and the women, may God ease their distress. Till next time, Dr. Zafar Bangash, Pakistan Zindabad, Pakistan Paindabad. Ilahi Amin. Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz to you, sir.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.